Welcome to the ancient city of Ephesus. This was the biggest, richest and the most important city harbour back in its time.
It was founded in the 10th century before Common Era, and it reflects centuries of history from the classical Greece to the Roman Empire, and we are so excited to be here today.
The westland of what we call today Turkey was once part of ancient Greece until the 4th century. It then was took over by the Roman Empire and Ephesus became a major Roman city. At the time, 250,000 people lived here. Nowadays it's ruled by the Cat Kingdom. The entry ticket costs 100 lira per person. You can pay a little bit more and you can have an audio guide, but we decided we don't need one because we brought with us a book from our guest house.
Great piece of information, we have everything we need, even have an aerial view of Ephesus. So as you can see, it's massive. It covers all this area up until Seljuk.
And this is where we started our video, on the Grand Theatre. So this will be our guide.
We are currently in the Harbour Street. This is what Harbour Street used to look like back in the days. The name says it all, it was a harbour. Right here, as you can see, there was water. And this is what Harbour Street looked like a few years back.
And now, this is what it looks like nowadays. The water silted up, and that's one of the reasons why Ephesus was abandoned many centuries ago.
Many centuries ago. The excavations of Ephesus started in 1895, and up until now most of it is still underground and it hasn't been excavated. The priority is to preserve and maintain what has been excavated rather than to excavate even more. We came now to the Grand Theatre, and the reason I love this book is because it gives you an insight of what it was before and what it is now. So as you can see, there was a building here that doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. And this building was 18 meters high and was the first thing that people would see from the harbour, which was just at the end of that road there.
Yeah, the harbour over there.
Imagine having water up until there. Amazing, right?
I think everybody will be very impressed once they arrive to Ephesus, seeing this huge building.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And this theatre hosts 25,000 people.
Look how big this is.
There's some restoration over there.
Yeah, and the
Very
theatre.
impressive.
The theatre was basically to host some performances, actors, you know, like a normal theatre, but back in the days.
No gladiator wars.
No.
We've just left the theatre, we've turned left and we've entered Marble Road. This used to be the high street of Ephesus, and in the street there's something very interesting. Christian is going to explain all about it.
So this is probably one of the most famous carvings on this street, and is believed to be the first ever advertisement in history. And he advertises a brothel. So we have a foot, a left foot, a heart and a purse. So the interpretation goes something along these lines. On this road people would turn left and would find woman to give their love, and the purse means money, so you have to pay for the woman's love. And that's something interesting for those times.
So this is the left foot. Here you've got the purse, woman's head and the heart to buy love. First ever advertisement. Done right here in Ephesus.
Yeah.
Many centuries ago. Prostitution is known as the oldest job in the world, so makes sense. came to visit the most famous monument here in Ephesus, the Library of Celsus. And you can easily see why this place is just remarkable. Funny thing here in Ephesus is the toilets, the crap holes. You can sit down with your mate, have a chat about football or whatever was going on in the Olympics at the time.
Happy days.
Not sure about that.
Let me see, there's like a hole going.
Yeah, they had sewers. They were very advanced back then for their time. They had sewers, they had running water.
They were doing it all right.
Clever people.
They were going on all right.
They even have public toilets.
Oh, Jesus.
Funny.
They had it all.
Come here, come here. Do you hear the sheep? Look where they are.
Oh,
Right on top of the hill. Are they coming down? The sheep of Ephesus. That's funny.
this is the temple of Adrian, and again we have what it was before. There was some statues here, and as it is now. And I think the features are still very well preserved. If you see there on the top, there is like a face there, very well preserved.
We've seen the sheep, we've seen the temple. Now it's time for the mosaics.
Mosaics right here. There's not a lot of it left, but you can still see it very clearly. Very nice. Let's continue.
We've got the fountain of Trojan. This is what it used to look like, where people used to get their fresh water. You can see it now. And I think the water used to come from up the mountains, all the way down here.
Looks like it.
This used to be a very important
Fountain.
bit of Ephesus. Everybody used to get their drinking water. We arrived at Ephesus at 10:30. It opens at 10 a.m. at least during winter, and it closes at 3:30. Well, it's the last admission. You have to leave by 4 o'clock. It's now 3 p.m. so we got 1 hour left.
Yeah, we've been taking our time slowly around all the monuments we've been going to, and reading a little bit about the history. So we've been taking our time slowly, relaxed, and now we realise we only have 1 hour left to see everything that was left. So we have to hurry up.
You need time to really appreciate what's here once before.
Yeah, this beauty and everything. I think we took our time, but it was not like we wasted our time. We just been going slow and reading about the history along the way as well.
I think one of the major monuments left is
Odeon.
that's
right there.
Odeon. Where is it? Over there.
Let's go.
Look who's there. Here she comes. Come here, girl. Come on. We've been having her company.
We picked her up, well, we didn't pick her up, but she found us on the way here because we walked from Selçuk to here, we walked, and halfway she started following us and she came to Ephesus with us. Then we lost her for a bit and now she's back.
Oh, that's another thing. We walked from Selçuk over here. Took us 40 minutes. So it was a easy.
Yeah, easy
Easy.
walk, pleasant. So we recommend walking if you can. If not, just take a taxi or a minibus or whatever.
We like walking.
We
so-
like walking, and it was not even difficult walk anyway. It was just a pleasant walk.
Nice one.
Here we go.
We are now entering the Odeon. This is where they used to host meetings and take important decisions.
Sounds like a serious place to be, right?
This is the place.
And to our left, there is this place called Government Agora. This is what it used to look like before, and this is what it looks now.
There's nothing here.
There's nothing here. There's a funny story because there was before a Egyptian temple inside because the Romans worshipped some of the Egyptian goddesses. So there was an Egyptian temple inside, and apparently there was a general, a Roman general, that had an affair with Cleopatra, the Egyptian queen. Well, the emperor of Ephesus was not really happy with it, so he destroyed the Egyptian temple here
Ooh.
to show his disagreement with the situation.
That is some gossip.
I read it online, not sure if it's true or not, but
Maybe.
yeah,
It's a
there's
funny story.
gossips around Cleopatra and a Roman general having an affair, so who knows? Right behind me is the place where the excavations found the statue of Artemis. Artemis is a goddess and he was the chief and protector of the city of Ephesus, and it was found right here. The original statue is now on the museum in Ephesus, but there is a replica on Seljuk city centre.
That's where they found it. Right here.
And the original statue dates back to the 2nd century AD, so it's pretty old.
I'll say it's old.
Yeah.
Alright guys, we've left Ephesus.
Today was a very busy day. We loved it. This is one of those places that you have to visit at least once in your lifetime, because this is amazing. We visited everything we wanted, and I think we did a pretty good job covering most of the attractions or sites or whatever you want to call it of Ephesus.
We did a fair share of Ephesus.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna walk back to Seljuk. We're gonna take roughly 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's a manageable walk, so we decided why not enjoy the beautiful weather and take advantage of the fresh air.
It's nice and sunny.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe
And we shall see you on the next one.
Peace.